7. Baird outside the switch. Doncic goes over. Great stop. And then he hammers it home. Broke his ankles.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. I hope you guys are doing well. The New York Knicks just came out victorious versus the Indiana Pacers at Madison Square Garden, and I still can't believe it. New York Knicks basketball is back, and it's also the perfect time to overreact. New York Knicks fans, for example, if RJ Barrett has a bad game, like one game preseason, oh my gosh, I knew RJ Barrett was a bust. But if he has a solid game, oh my god, I knew it. Future MVP, next James Harden. Like, preseason is just a perfect time for Knicks fans to overreact. There were some things I liked, there were some things I didn't like. I was like, Tom Thibodeau, what are you doing? Like, you could be shocked with it, but also not shocked at the same time because it's Tom Thibodeau. We're going to be getting into that. Nerlens Noel actually did not play in this game. He was out with a sore left knee. Those projected starting lineups I was talking about actually ended up being transferred over to this game that I was talking about in the preview video. Like, for the Indiana Pacers, you had Malcolm Brogdon out there, you had a guy of Jeremy Lamb, you had Justin Holiday, you had Domantas Sabonis, and then you had a guy of Miles Turner. And Miles Turner really did impress me. His mobility looks like he's in better conditioned shape out there on the court. So he looked mobile, he looked very agile, he was performing off the dribble. And then the New York Knicks starting lineup, we had Kemba Walker out there, Evan Fournier, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, and Taj Gibson. But these are the positives here. The ball movement was off the charts. I love how unselfish we were. We were making the extra pass. It was really beautiful to watch. I love that we were pushing the pace, because there were certain things we weren't able to do with last year's team. Like, we were a slow, grinded out basketball team. We knew we weren't going to be able to get up and down the floor of, like, out shooting teams. We weren't able to play at a high intensity pace, because could you imagine that team last year with the inconsistency of shooting the basketball, trying to play fast versus, like, let's say, like, a healthy Golden State Warriors team of Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, like, and all that? Like, could you imagine trying to play fast pace and just really trying to outplay them on the offense side of the basketball? Because we know the Warriors like to play fast, and that was the opposite of our identity. Well, now we have guys of Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier that could space the floor, RJ Barrett getting better in that department, Julius Randle. So that could definitely be a different identity this year. Maybe we did see a sneak peek that we're going to play a faster brand of basketball, but I definitely loved just how hard we played and the overall intensity on the defense side of the basketball. You could say things did get shaky in the second quarter, but I literally thought this was a regular season game. The intensity of the crowd at Madison Square Garden, obviously I'm not shocked at all. This is a Tom Thibodeau run team, and we have some of the most passionate fans in the world. But Tom Thibodeau was literally pissed off. Like, I just couldn't believe it. But something that actually really did, it didn't sit well with me. Like, I was surprised, but I also wasn't surprised because it is Tom Thibodeau. He doesn't play rookies, but he was treating this like this was a regular season game. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, or I'm going to defend him a little bit. Yes, we want to see how Kemba Walker, Evan Fournier, RJ, Julius Randle look together, because, like, there's some new players in the starting lineup, Kemba and Evan Fournier. You want to see them build that chemistry, but also at the same time, you don't want to see a risk of them getting hurt. You don't want to, like, wear them out in a preseason game, if you really know what I'm saying. Like, they played for such a long time. They did. They played like it was a regular season game, and the rookies barely played in this game unless Tibbs does have a plan. Game one, I'm going to treat this like a regular season game, and then the rest of the games, I'm going to let the young guns play. The only reason Jericho Sims played is because Mitchell Robinson's still recovering from that foot injury. Of course, we know he's the bona fide starter, but Nerlens Noel, the reason Jericho Sims was the backup was because Nerlens Noel, of course, was questionable, or he did not play in this game due to that sore injury, of course, or that sore left knee. But Jericho Sims still has some things to work on, but just barely seeing the rookies. Miles McBride came in like 6 minutes in the fourth quarter when it was kind of garbage time. Quentin Grimes, not really going to talk about them much because there's not really much to really talk about. I know Miles McBride actually went on to airball a 3-ball, but let's get into the meat and potatoes of the video here. I know what you guys want to hear. Like, how did Kemba Walker play? Kemba Walker played smooth. I think that was the perfect way. That's the perfect way to describe Kemba Walker. First points right out the gate. Great body control, great job manipulating the defense, going to the basket, taking it strong. And then the second time, probing around, pulling up from mid-range territory, nice crossover. He even had a nice step back. He distributed the basketball well. I really did like the way Kemba Walker played in this game on the offense side of the basketball. There are some questions. How is he going to be on defense? There were some moments that were all right, and then there were some moments that were just bad that it's really going to scare you due to the size advantage like of opposing teams because he's not the tallest in the world. Like the latest height he was listed was like 5'11". Like at the beginning of his career, he was listed 6'1". They changed the height things. It's really weird. But we know he could draw charges. You know, sometimes he could be scrappy. But at the end of the day, he is shorter and undersized when it comes to the defense side of the basketball. But he was smiling. He was so excited. Knicks fans were excited to see him out there on the court. And then you take a look at Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier had a solid game as well. He knocked down a three. Randle did a good job kind of getting the defensive collapse, kicking it out to Fournier in the corner. He had an and one in this game. He drew a foul at the three-point line. He kind of drew it, or it was kind of on the defensive player, just like leaning too much into his body or kind of being out of control on that side of the ball. But there was a beautiful backdoor cut. I don't remember if it was Derrick Rose or Kemba Walker that found the backdoor, but Fournier did such a great job moving without the basketball, cutting backdoor, reverse layup, like using the rim for his protection there so he didn't get blocked. But I really did like the way Fournier, I really was pleased with how Fournier played in this game, and just seeing shooters, seeing shot creators was just amazing, because I was just like, Randle doesn't have to do everything on his own. He doesn't have to just consistently drop 30 every single night. You have Fournier, you do have Kemba, but just seeing Kemba out there so long really did scare me. Like in the second half, you see the Knicks starters, like they started the second half, while the second unit of Rick Carlisle's Pacers, like they started the second half. It wasn't Sabonis, it wasn't Miles Turner. But again, I'm going to give Tom Thibodeau the benefit of the doubt, or I'm kind of going to defend him here and be like, maybe he treated just the first game like a regular season game. But I was pleased with how Evan Fournier played and Kemba Walker played. They definitely did look the part. Taj Gibson, not going to talk about him much. We know what Taj Gibson is at this point in his career, and I thought he was the perfect player to start. Obviously, we weren't going to start Jericho Sims. I didn't see Tom Thibodeau doing that, but I thought he communicated well. And for someone that's at the tail end of his career, he's conditioned himself like just so well. Like it still looks like he's early Chicago Bulls Taj Gibson. Like he's still in such great shape. He can get up and down the floor. I really did like the way he played in this game. Had some bully ball. Like I love when he goes to that go-to spin move and then uses that hook shot, or he even knocked down a three outside on the perimeter that I thought was really interesting. And now getting into RJ Baird, I know a lot of Knicks fans want to be like, you guys are probably wondering, how did RJ Baird do? RJ Barrett, he shot 50% from beyond the arc. RJ Barrett definitely did shoot it well. The first three right out the gate, it was beautiful, quick release, quick trigger, no hesitation. That three ball is good. I really do think he's going to be a lethal or a solid to good catch and shoot three-point shooter throughout his career. But what did we all talk about? RJ Barrett shooting off the dribble. We didn't really see that much, but at the end of the day, also, didn't really get RJ Barrett that much involved in the offense. I kind of wish we got him involved in the offense a little bit more, or he just didn't look to perform or shoot off the dribble much. He did have some lapses on the defense side of the basketball, and then he got better when the game went on, but I thought he did a solid job passing the ball. But RJ's shot looks good. I really did like the mid-range shot. I believe when they set that screen, RJ came off of it, put the ball on the floor for like a couple times, and then knocked down that mid-range jumper. I believe it was in the middle of the court. I don't think it was on the right wing, but I thought RJ Barrett played a solid, efficient basketball game, got better on the defense side of the basketball when the game went on. Julius Randle, right off the gate, he airballed a three, kind of looked flustered. I don't want to say looked rusty, because we know his work ethic is just absolutely off the charts. But Julius Randle, it looked like he was kind of forcing things early. It was like, damn, like, I guess he's not used to having Kemba or having Evan Fournier, but I love the way he played the passing lane. I love the way how he finished in transition. He started off the game with that pull-up mid-range jumper off the dribble, and Randle's going to have to get used to just playing without the basketball and playing off the ball, because he's not going to have to consistently dribble the ball up all the time, and that's what I loved. We didn't see Julius Randle consistently just dribble the ball up the court, because he's like, I have a freaking point guard now. But Randle played physical, he played strong, he played aggressive, and I'm not going to get too high, I'm not going to get too low. It's just one preseason game up against the Indiana Pacers. But I actually wanted to touch base a little bit on the opposing side. Like, I really like the way Miles Turner played. He played mobile. He looks like he's in great shape. He was performing off the dribble. He looked very agile out there. And Sabonis actually he was troublesome for Julius Randle. Just Sabonis's finesse, his footwork is just absolutely amazing. So it's really hard to keep up with a Sabonis in the paint. So he definitely did cause some trouble for Julius Randle, at least at the beginning of the game. We did a good job on Malcolm Brogdon. I thought our perimeter defense was pretty damn solid. Again, there are some moments that we leave guys open on the perimeter, but this is a fast-paced game. You're going to make mistakes, but we'll see how that carries over to the regular season. But someone who really impressed me on the Indiana Pacers was Chris Dorte. This is someone who I really wanted out of Oregon. Yes, he is 24 years old. He's a 24-year-old rookie, but he plays like a veteran. This one up and under move that he executed and got a three-point play, it was amazing on Alec Burks. His ability to use his strength. He is an NBA ready body. Again, he's 24 years old. He has a smooth stroke. He's fearless. He competes on defense. I really do like the way he approaches the game. And now getting into the Knicks bench here. Quickly disappointed me. Again, it's one game, but Quickly really did disappoint me in this game. I did see a clip that he got hit in the head with the ball in warmups. Maybe that was a part of why he was only hitting the backboard on these deep threes, but I did not like his shot selection. I didn't really like the way he approached the game. At the beginning, I liked it. I liked the tough drive to the basket or the just nice, smooth finish, just really playing at the right pace of going to the basket. I believe he didn't shoot a floater in this game, but towards the end, I did like that mid-range. I did like the finesse, creating off the dribble. His handle does look better. He does look stronger. Would like to see him utilize that strength a little bit more on a consistent basis, but I didn't like his shot selection, specifically at the beginning of the game. I believe he shot 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, but that defense, hopefully it carries on a consistent basis, really helping shut off guys on defense, because we know he's not crazy tall, but he does have some length, but he still has ways to go. Emmanuel Quickly, but again, it is just one game. Obi Toppin is someone that really, really did impress me. I love the way Obi Toppin played in this basketball game. To start right off the bat, I just thought it was a great energy play. The Pacers missed a free throw. Obi Toppin grabbed it. His handle looked solid. He just went coast to coast, and I absolutely loved it by Obi Toppin. And then when I saw him knock down that mid-range jumper, maybe it was a deep two, I was like, that's just going to open up things even more for Obi Toppin. And it was just amazing. His form looks good. It looks like he has a wider base. He looks more confident. It looks like he's having fun. It looks like he's back at his Dayton days when Obi Toppin, he wasn't cherry picking, but I believe the Pacers turned the ball over quick, or a quick missed shot, quickly threw it ahead to Obi. Obi had a ferocious slam. And then towards the end, performing off the dribble, that spin move and attacking the basket. Yes, potentially the guy who scored on is not going to be someone coming off the bench on a consistent basis for the Indiana Pacers, but he played with finesse. He played with strength. And I really liked the way Obi approached the game. I actually thought he was decent on the defense side of the basketball. But there were certain things that I was really encouraged about. RJ Barrett's still consistently shooting the three ball well. We'll see if he ends up shooting it well off the dribble. But Evan Fournier, I like the way he played. Kemba Walker, I really did like. Now I'm going to get into Jericho Sims a little bit. Jericho Sims, you could tell, he's kind of a project for someone that played 4 years of collegiate basketball at Texas. He could block shots. This guy is a freakish athlete. Burks, I believe Burks came off the screen of Jericho Sims, rolled hard to the basket. Jericho Sims, set some good screens in this game, and everyone wanted him to dunk that, and then he laid it up and in. But Jericho Sims has no idea what he's doing when he's in the post. It's like he doesn't have a post move he's really memorized. He just looks lost. It looks like he doesn't have a good feel for the game when he's away from the basket. But when he's in that dunker spot, he's a beast. He definitely does need to polish up his footwork, but he plays with so much energy, just such great intensity. And I really do like watching Jericho Sims play basketball because he plays so hard. It was nice to see him knock down those free throws when he did get to the free throw line, though, after he had 2 people on him, went up strong and got to the free throw line. And when he went 2 for 2, that was amazing because he only shot 50% at Texas. But I hope we get to see more of Miles McBride, next preseason game, a guy of Quentin Grimes. But when it was 80-57 and then there's still starters in the game in a preseason game, I thought that was inexcusable, just in my opinion. But let me know down below your thoughts on the game. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, yo.